Alright, so I'm bored, so I figured I'd give you a quick video of the difference between the different blowers. Um, this one right here was the new Frontier Complete lower that I bought. This one here is the EP80 lower that I finished off prior October 1. And then this one is an Aero Precision blem that I bought. I originally bought this because it was only 50 bucks, and I didn't know at the time all the lowers were going crazy. I didn't have the money, and I wanted to get an AR, so I bought that. Later on, this one came in, and it was only like 60 bucks. It was a blem, so I'm real pissed off because I got those two at the same price. But let's take a look at the difference between the polymer lowers here. So let me flip these up here. All right. So the first thing that you're going to see is that you don't have the wall, whereas with the new Frontier you do. What you should see in here is you should see some bits of black in there. That black was a different colored polymer, and it was a lot softer. I could even take like a knife and kind of like scrape it out with it. You can use a Dremel. There's videos on how to use it with a Dremel, but I didn't have the router tool for it, so I had to use a drill press. And again, this is the first time I've ever done anything. I don't have any mags here, so I can't show you how they fit. And again, there's no lowers in there yet. They haven't came. But the one thing that you should see, and let me kind of zoom up, is that you should see these walls. You should see a thickness difference there. Now, this one right here is really strong. I mean, you can press on it, you can stomp on it, and it's just not going to bend. Okay, and when I put all my weight on there, you can start to see that it kind of flexes a little bit, but not really. This one just doesn't do anything with it. I mean, it's strong. So a lot stronger. I don't see a big difference. Like this one still feels strong compared to the metal one. Obviously, you've seen metal before, but this just gives you kind of an example of all three of them and what you have here. And again, in this one, there's no wall or anything there with that. Now, the big thing with the EP lowers, what people say that they have problems with, and I'll report back later, is that the EP lower sometimes has some issues with as far as hole placement goes. Now, this was a blem that I purchased, and I got it. It was for 10 bucks for the blem. So for 10 bucks, whatever, it'll work. You know, this one's going to be for my wife. That's why it's pink. You'll see I had to drill this hole here and these two holes right there. Those are the ones that they're talking about that they can be a little bit off. So if we look there and then we flip it around, that's what you're looking at for it. The other thing is you will have to drill out the fire control group inside and that hole down there for the trigger. I have not completed that step for that one yet. I drilled it out and then I forgot. Oops, I had to make it a little bit bigger. With this one, you can see. So you can see the size difference. It's still all done, ready to rock. I just got to finish drilling that last piece out that I forgot to do with it. Everything else in here is pretty good. Like I said, it's a blem. This is the first one that I've done. Apparently, the first issues of the EP80s, I guess, or 80 polymer, whatever it is, EP80, they had some mag issues. Now that they're fixed, I heard no issues with it. I don't have a mag here to try it out, and I just haven't tried it out yet. So that's the real difference with it. Again, this is going to be a different color. You're going to drill out all of this, or you should have drilled it out already. You're going to drill in your holes, and then you're good to go with it. Not a big deal. This took me probably about 2 hours because I didn't have the right tools, and then I had to go to somebody's house, etc., with it. But it seems works real well. What I'm going to do is I am going to get some Duracoat, and I'm going to Duracoat over it. If you notice all these scratches and everything, what I have read from EP80s, if you sand it or you buff it up, all of that will come out. The only thing that I don't like between all three of these is you can't really see the markings for the semi and the safe mode for it. Whereas with this one, it's very clear. Even with the new Frontier one, it's pretty clear that you can see what it is. I've seen black ones of these and everything, and they all look the same. These little indents, they don't really feel like they're popped out. If you look on this one here, obviously with the Aero Precision it is. With the new Frontiers, let me flip it over here. you can see where the indents are kind of a little bit better. So maybe that's why this is a blem or something. I don't know. But for $10, it's not a big deal. So there you go. So there's a quick review of the three, so you get an idea of what the differences are.